I had my first Coke in Mexico, and by Coke, I mean Coca-Cola, the carbonated beverage. Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today we are going to be counting down my top 10 favorite places I've ever been in my life. Number 10, Belgium. So my last name is Van Overschelde, and that means from over the Scheldt River, which is the longest river in Belgium. Nope, it's not. It's the second longest river in Belgium, and I didn't know that for years. And I had been telling everyone what my last name meant for years. And I've been lying this entire time. It is not the longest river in Belgium. I googled it like a few months ago and found out that it was the second longest river in Belgium. But anyways, we had, I went when I was little and then again in 2014 with FSU London, or 2015 because it was in the spring. We had a family reunion when I was a little kid in a city called Tielt. And I've also been to Brussels, Ypres, I think I'm saying that right, Bruges, Ghent, and that's it. So it holds a place in my heart because a bunch of my extended family members are from Belgium. Number 9, Greece. My family went on a Mediterranean cruise and we were able to go to Greece. My favorite place was actually an island off of the mainland of Greece, and it's called Corfu. And we rented jeeps and drove around, and the roads were like so small and all the food was so fresh, and that's just like a really good memory from when I was younger. Corfu, Greece. Also, Santorini. We went to Santorini and we saw the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 2 being filmed, so that was pretty dope. Number 8, Germany. My favorite place in Germany is this little, I really like the little areas, was Passau, I think it's Passau, Germany, and it had the best crepes and Belgian waffles I've ever had in my life. We were there when it got dark, and the lights were like all up around the city, and it had the only church I've ever been in where I wasn't like, you know, a lot of European cathedrals and churches are like gothic, a little creepy. This one was like white and so welcoming, and it's like the best church I've ever been into in my life. I didn't like go to a service or anything. We just went in and like walked around it at night. Number 7, I bet you can't pronounce this word. This is the capital of Slovenia, and me and 2 of my friends flew into Ljubljana, Slovenia, and it's such a cool little place. We originally flew in because the tickets there were cheaper, to just go there and then take a bus to Croatia. So we flew into Ljubljana, and it had really good pizza. There was like canals running through the city. It was just a really nice place. And then the next day we took a bus to Lake Bled, which is also in Slovenia, and we got these canoes. We rented a canoe and we went out to like this island in the middle of the lake, and the sun was out and it was so green because it had like been raining. It was really nice. They also have this specialty dessert. I think it's called like cream cake or something. I'll insert a picture of it, but it was so good. It was super rich. This next one is a bit of an odd one. I don't think many people expected this to be on my list, but on another cruise my family went on, we did a river Christmas cruise, and we went to the Czech Republic, and we were able to visit Terezin, which is a concentration camp. It's not one of the bigger ones, and it was part like a ghetto in the sense that like people like kind of live there, but not really by choice. So it's a little bit different than some of the main concentration camps, like Auschwitz, for example. But I've always wanted to go to a concentration camp. So it was like a great experience. I'm not saying I'd want to go back, but I think everyone should go to a concentration camp at least once in their life just to see and, you know, feel it, because it was really powerful. Number 5, Croatia. I have been to Croatia 2 different times, once with my family and once with my friends. And we went to Zagreb, Split, Dubrovnik, and Zadar. My favorite place is Zadar. Once again, a smaller little city that you can walk around in, and there's like some really cool, I wouldn't say architecture, really cool man-made designs in the city, especially by the water. There's a man-made organ, so as the water comes up onto the steps, it like plays music and it sounds like, you know, you're blowing across the top of a bottle. And then there's this like constant, I'm not really sure what it is, but it like lights up and it's in a circle and it's really pretty. But yeah, Croatia is such a cool little country. Number 4, the Netherlands. When I was 13, I went to Holland to play soccer with a company called People to People. And there's a sports one and there's a like learning, just traveling one. And my sister went to England, Ireland, and Wales on like just the traveling one. And when I was her age, I went to Holland to play soccer. So I was in a team of like Texans, and we played people from all around the world. We played people from India, literally everywhere. And it was such a cool experience. We were based in Amsterdam, and we had bike rides. We went to the Anne Frank house, which once again, very powerful. We saw how clogs were made, we saw how cheese was made, and also I didn't really understand what ATMs were. I just thought it was super fun to like go get money. And I didn't understand that if you're in another country, you get a fee every time you take out money. So I wasted probably $100 just taking out money and like multiple times a day because I thought it was so fun. I think I told my parents that. Okay, so number 3 is kind of cheating because it's like 100 places in one, but it's all the places I went in America with people from college. I'm gonna get my list out here to read them off. Georgia, camping, when we almost got arrested. That was fun. I've been to Orlando a billion times. I went to Harry Potter World. I went to Epcot. Still never been to Disney World or Disneyland. Went to Miami, Tampa, Lakeland, Pembroke Pines, all in Florida. I went to Cape Cod. Me and Nick and I were trying to outrun a hurricane, and at 8 p.m. one night, we decided to leave and go to Cape Cod. It took about 2.5 days to get to Cape Cod from Tallahassee, Florida, but it was like such a great experience. And even though I lived in Maryland when I was younger, I'd never been to like Massachusetts, that type of area, and it was so cool. Everyone was so friendly, and the temperature was amazing, and it's like cold, but it's like still tropical because it's like by the water. That was great. Austin, because I was able to take my boyfriend, my best friend, and my other friend Hope to Texas twice, 2 of the times for ACL, another time for a friend's wedding, and then I took Emma to so we could hang out before Christmas. So I've been able to show a lot of my friends Texas and where I'm from, and that made me really happy. I also flew to Washington, D.C. to see a friend at the time. That was a good trip. PCB, Panama City Beach. We went there during one spring break, and even though alcohol was not allowed on the beach because of previous PC beers, it was still really fun and really relaxing because we just like all lived in this like condo on the beach. It might have been a little chilly, but it was great. Also, Monticello, me and my girlfriends went to drink tea at this really cool house outside of Tallahassee. So that's all the American places I had written down. Hopefully I didn't miss any. Number 2, Spain. I've only ever been to one place in Spain, and it was Valencia. FSU has a study center in Valencia, and during the summer of 2015, I flew to Valencia to surprise Nick, my current boyfriend. But at that time, we were just friends. And I flew to surprise him. He said he kind of knew it was going to happen, but there's no way he would know for sure. So yeah, flew to Valencia, and it was during the summer, and the trees were in bloom, and obviously it was sunny, and the grass was so green, and everything was pretty cheap, and their bars are the coolest because they're by the ocean. Yeah, that was really cool to just relax and see all my old friends that I had missed over the summer because they were in Valencia while I was still in London. If you know me and you're watching this and you're like, Eliza, you only have one country left and you haven't talked about that one country that you always talk about, I wonder what the number 1 country is. Guess what? It's Norway. Disclaimer, Norwegian food is not great. It is not good. You will lose weight. So maybe that's a bonus if you're trying to lose weight. But it's not good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Norway is beautiful. I flew into Bodo, and then I stayed, our like main house was in Saltdal. And we lived, me and like 21 other teenagers from around the world lived in this house, or multiple houses, like in different areas. We moved around a bit, but we lived in Norway together for 3 weeks, and it was the best summer of my life. It was really cool. I would definitely go back to Norway. It's just, it is really expensive. Like, we got a pizza on one of the last days we were in Norway. Our like camp director bought us all pizzas, and like one large pizza was like $45 when you converted it. So it's a little crazy in the money department, but it's so pretty. So if you can, definitely stop by Norway. And I've never been to Oslo. I'm just gonna say that. Never been to Oslo, but that's probably amazing too. But we went like speed boating around the fjords. We went hiking up a glacier. We went to, I'm getting that mixed up with Holland. We went to a soccer stadium in Holland. Ajax? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Anyways, Norway's beautiful. Alright, so I have some honorable mentions. St. Andrews in Edinburgh in Scotland. St. Andrews because it was on the beach, and even though it was kind of cold, it was really pretty. And my grandfather, who has passed away, he was a real good golf player. And when he was younger, he had played golf at the St. Andrews course. So it was really cool to go and see it. Also Switzerland, went to Interlaken. And it was really pretty. It was really expensive. It was full of tourists. There was a Subway and a Hooters. I wouldn't go back in a hurry. We hiked the mountains, like the Swiss Alps, and that was really pretty. Other than the scenery, I wouldn't really go back. Mexico, my family has been to a bunch of places in Mexico, and The second time I went was not as fun as the first because I was super stressed out the second trip because I was older, and when everyone's like yelling at me saying buy this, like all the street vendors, it stressed me out. But when I was a child, just like I was living life, except for the huge massive sunburn I got when I was little. Also, the Bahamas, me and my friends went on a week cruise through the Bahamas, and that was really pretty. I wouldn't necessarily go back to that in a hurry because it's just, you get to the port, like in Freeport, I think it's Freeport. We got to the port, and then you had to take like a bus to get to the other side of the island, and it was just there was a lot of vendors selling stuff, and it was the same thing in every place, and so it was just so obvious that like tourism was such a main industry in the Bahamas. Also, I guess I have to say England because I've been to so many places in England, and they are very different. Not very different, but they're pretty different from each other. Let's see, I have a list of all the places in England I think I've been. Bath, St. Ives is cool. Newquay, went surfing there. Brighton, the beach is great. Oxford, London, St. Albans, Cambridge, Stratford-upon-Avon. I actually really like Stratford-upon-Avon. That's where Shakespeare grew up or lived at one point. Manchester, obviously. The Lake District is beautiful. Stonehenge, underwhelming. Tintagel, we hiked up the mountain on the coast and it was so cool. Chatsworth, Longleat. Nick drove me on our first date ever to go hold penguins. And if you know me, you know I love my penguins. So that was just like such a cool experience. I'm not entirely sure where Longleat is or if that's just, I think the area is called Longleat. Anyways, I held penguins there and it was fabulous. Those were my top 10 favorite places I've ever been, plus some honorable mentions. I have been some other places, but they didn't make it in either the honorable mentions or my top 10 list, like Italy, Turkey, Austria, Hungary, and France. Some of them I was just too little to remember, and the others were part of a Christmas market river cruise. So after a while, with all the Christmas markets looking the same, all the cities looked the same, and I didn't have a unique experience in them. So that's why they weren't on my list. This is just my list of my top 10 favorite places. Feel free to literally go anywhere. I didn't even talk about my favorite places I want to go to. I want to go to New Zealand and Iceland, and Australia would be good, and Thailand. Those are my top places at the moment. I still haven't been to Ireland. I need to do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it maybe puts some ideas in your head of some places that you would like to travel. I almost forgot that I was going to show y'all what my American girls got me when they went to the place with the canals in Italy. Why can't I think of Venice? They went to Venice and they went to a glass blowing company, and then at the end they decided, because they couldn't, buy a gift for one or the other because they had a coupon and they didn't want to get something for just one of them, they chipped in and bought me this glass. How cute is that? And I'm really happy because I needed a glass because all I have is 2 mugs like this, so I needed a glass. And so it came just in time, and I'm super thankful that they decided to get this for me because I love it so much. Guys, if I get sick again, this is not going to go well because I have 3 weeks to do the most work I've ever done in my life. Wish me luck. Alright guys, I have to get back to researching for my research proposal. I think it's going to be about crowd management in English football soccer stadiums. I'm not sure how to narrow that down though, and that's what I've been trying to do for the past 2 days. So I'll be working on that, and hopefully you will be liking and subscribing to my channel so you get to see all the amazing videos I'll keep putting out for the rest of the year. Thanks guys, have a good day.